Greetings, I'm James Bell of Winning Edge 360. I'm a speaker and consultant of Winning Edge 360, and it's a personal enterprise where I work with a variety of consultants for groups, individuals, do some coaching on leadership, team building, diversity, and a host of other topics and subjects there. And today we're just going to talk about, as a student, as a person that's in an entry-level job, or even a manager or an executive, how do I actually develop leadership skills to move to the next level? If I'm a business owner, how do I expand that idea or concept into something that actually can even go worldwide, or something that I can even influence or impact, my community? So let's take a look at a couple things, and I just want to share with you a little bit of my experience. I've been in corporate leadership for well over a decade, and have been in a variety of industries from retail to entertainment. I've been in telecommunications, finance, and a host of different nonprofit organizations and corporate initiatives that I actually have spearheaded, and have coached and mentored a variety of people from all walks of life. And some people within their mid-20s have went on to be executives in international corporations, and even business owners of multiple businesses. I actually once or twice a year meet with a physician that actually shares with me a story of one of their relatives that I had managed and mentored. And each year I go back, there's a new enterprise or some business expansion project that he and his direct family are involved in, which I'm very proud of that today. But what I want to talk about is just a couple things, and we'll look at a couple points, and we want to look at how success and failures, and even neutral situations, those situations that don't seem to be exciting. It's not like life's a blast, but it's simply day-to-day routine, things that you don't think about. Sometimes you might be in a zombie state, but how can those things play into your success out of advancing to your dreams or achieving your goals there? I'll start with a short story, and this is what really inspired me to uh, come out with this program for iEnterprise. And I remember a couple young people approaching me one day, and I was actually getting a little breakfast in a complex there, a site that I was there managing in a major corporation. And they called me over there as I took my fruit and was going to go up to my desk and enjoy a few quiet moments. And they asked me a question. The question that they asked me is, James, how do I advance or move forward in this company? Great question. And these two people that, told me a little bit about themselves after I began to ask some questions and probe into, what is it they want to accomplish, a little bit of their backgrounds. And after giving them a couple points of advice and some information there, went on about my day. About a week later, another manager approached me that was over this department and shared with me some things that we were doing in our department. And we had a nice little one-to-one meeting and was talking about some things that we could improve as a department. And towards the end of the conversation, I was about to pick up my planner and head out the door, and this individual stopped me and said, "Hey, another thing I want to talk about, and that's you were discussing how a couple people can become managers in this company." And then went on to make a statement that they're not management material. They'll never be managers, James. And I had to sit there and think about that a minute, and just think, wow, that's a really tough statement and a bold stance, not knowing the individuals. And to make a long story short, one of the things that I actually had shared with this manager is that one of the individuals actually was self-employed and ran an outside business, and they actually were doing finances and taxes for contractors, employed people, as well as people that are associates or employees of companies. And one thing I can report is about a year and a half later, this person was one step from becoming a manager. They were training and developing staff in the same company that this person would never become a leader in. Now, that took me that took me for a blow. I sat there and thought about that and said, how many people out there are doing just that? They're stopping people right in their tracks from their dreams, achieving their goals. And it's a situation where people are turning to them and they're not getting direction and they're not being encouraged. And one of the points I wanted to bring up, out of the 2 points I want to talk about with that, is first of all, Let's take a look at successes, failures, and even the neutral situations. This person did a personal assessment, and in our conversation that they were sharing as being a self-employed individual, and they talked about some of the training they did and talked about some of the resources that they actually used to help develop their professional and their personal life. These are some things that this other individual, as a manager that was shutting these two individuals out, did not know. I was able to share that. And this helped this individual to move to the next level. And hopefully they did take a step in that direction after coaching and mentoring them as part of what I do from that. That was the first thing, a personal assessment or an inventory. You can take situations that are the dull and mundane, things that you do every day, whether it's organizing, whether it's teaching people, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a skill that you learn, you're getting practice. And as you practice, you can document and put down information of how you do something. You can monitor your progress. You can share that with other people and teach. That's a skill. And just like a person that becomes a golfer or a chef, you bake or you hit the golf ball over and over, you become good at it. You find coaching just as this person did, and that's part of taking the success, the failure, and those neutral day-to-day situations. There's no big celebration, but you're looking at what are some basic things that I do that I could begin to say, can I drive my performance to become better? Can I journal or put in a diary the things that I do daily? Is this helping me to improve and achieve where I'm at or to improve my performance? So that's one thing that you can do. Another quick thing you can do even with failure. I mean, you look at Thomas Edison, all the times that Thomas Edison and Louis Latimer and some of the great scientists in that era were trying to invent, lighting, indoor lighting. And that's something I have even here in this room as I'm talking to you. Think about this. All the times that they failed, what were they learning? What were they gaining from that? They were finding out all the things that don't work. And when you take situations, not only the neutral, the things that's practice, and those are things that you do daily, but you take the times that you mess up. Think about this. What did you learn from that error, that mistake? Did you achieve someone that could help you, some coaching? Did you achieve some learning and some knowledge that can help you to elevate to the next level? Those are some things to think about. First point. Now, after the inventory, and then just touching on a couple bullet points, and this next one is making sure that you have a ladder up the right building when you're achieving success or your dreams. Some people look at, hey, this is the right way and the right career path or the track in order for me to achieve my dream. And simply what happens? You go to someone and they shoot you down in that instance. Imagine if those two individuals, and they probably did, that's probably why they came to me and said, we want to talk to you. How do we achieve and how do we move forward? I've got a feeling that they probably had a conversation at that. But if they would have just kept that ladder up against that building or in that track, it could have shut them down. They could have stopped. They may not have persevered. One of the individuals that I kept in contact with, like I said, was just one level away from management and was seeking that position out. But they were training and developing staff and doing a great job. Already owned their own business. They were already well accomplished and doing well in that aspect, but wanted to achieve some other personal goals and dreams for themselves. So that's one thing when you take a look at is look at a path that will get you to where you need to go or where you want to go. And that's where coaching and mentoring comes from. Finding someone that has walked the path, trailblazed a road or a highway in where you want to go. Ask questions. Reach out to people that you see, hey, you're doing what I want to do. And that's who you want to connect with and engage into developing yourself. So, in all, when you take a look at iEnterprise, what an enterprise is a group of people or individuals or an organization that solves issues and problems. And ladies and gentlemen, every single one of us have issues and problems, don't we? We all do. Whether great or small, regardless, we have those things. So just to sum up what we discussed today, the first thing is using the success. We didn't talk a lot about success. That's easy to talk about. But failures and neutral situations, things that you do daily. You're getting practice. Look at it as getting practice. Work on improving those skills, those habits, those different talents. And not only that, but taking a look at failures. What did you learn from that? Who can you go to that can correct the golf swing or the right recipe for baking to become a great chef? And the second thing that we talked about, lastly, was making sure that ladder that you're climbing of success is against the right building. There's some certain people that are going to shoot you down. And if we don't take action and move forward and find the right mentors and the right materials and resources, which in iEnterprise we go through how to do those things and we link people with those resources and tools as well, then what happens? We're just simply stuck on a ladder on the wrong building at the wrong address, and that's where people drop out and give up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's all the time that I have for you today, and I wish we can go on. We'll go on later with iEnterprise, but just to let you know, it's a professional personal development workshop and seminars, and we have programs with iEnterprise, and even organizations and leaders. Actually, we have systems and support programs for them too as well. How to develop people, how to coach and mentor, and how to help them to achieve. So, this is James Bell with Winning Edge 360. I'm signing off. And remember, at Winning Edge 360, we invest in the lives of people and develop champions. We'll see you.